talk about that on air.
But yeah, we're here at episode 3.
Episode 3. Can you believe 3 of them now we've done?
I know. It feels like, man, it took months for us of just talking. Like, we're going to do a podcast.
I think we've talked about it for 2 years.
I feel like it's been
every time you called me after a couple cocktails, like, we're doing a podcast. Joe, it's 3 a.m. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
See, but my 3 a.m. idea,
it finally came to fruition.
It
finally came to fruition. So, and it's great we get to talk about hospitality. You know,
Yeah.
It's something we're both have been in for years. What we say, over 50 years combined. We've been in some sort of the business, and it's great to give our opinions, hear other people's opinions, meet some great sponsors, talk to some great people. I'm real excited for today's show because we've got some, not only one of our sponsors on, but actually the owner of the actual rum.
Yes,
which is really cool. To have someone that's actually part of the company, not just the rep or the like. So we have someone that was involved from day one.
Yep. Yeah, because you figure we deal with the reps all the time.
Right. And the reps and the Florida reps and this rep, but we actually have the owner on, which is going to be great, which I'm excited for. So, but let's talk about Mur Mur Coconut Rum. How did you get involved with this?
So I heard about it from a friend of mine down in South Florida, and he was like, "Man, you have got to try this coconut rum." And I'm a coconut rum fan. I always was. And he's like, "I'm telling you, you got to try it. You got to try it. You got to try it." And I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll try it. And oh my God, like it puts other coconut rums to shame. It is,
and there's not a huge coconut market.
It's growing though.
It's a growing market, but it's not huge. Vodkas. There's tons of vodkas. There's tons of gins. There's tons of whiskeys. But the actual rum coconut market, I think, is I wouldn't say a new market, but an up and coming market.
Yeah, I mean, look at, I've been around the ocean almost my entire life, and coconut rum goes so well with so many different mixed drinks, for the beach vibe and that, that relaxing, let's have a cocktail, have a good time. It's just a perfect fit. And, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to bring on Shammah, the owner of Mur Mur Coconut Rum. How's it going?
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Great. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so glad you're here with us. And, I've tried the rum. Jeremy and Olivia, they're going to try the rum today. We have it in the studio.
On air.
Yes,
Ooh,
on air.
love that for
We
them.
drink it on air.
And you know what? I want to know the backstory. Like, what made you say, I'm gonna make alcohol?
Well, first, my mother is still trying to wrap my mind around it. I think she's still petitioning Jesus that I could get into heaven just in case, My family is from Zimbabwe, and my parents are ministers, so they love God for real. So my mama's out. She's still like, "Are you still selling alcohol? Are you sure? Okay."
God drink Jesus.
But what had happened was my ex-husband and I are actually partners in the company, and we had a friend that launched a vodka. We have background in the music industry. I sing, songwrite. He's a producer, and he had asked for our help with marketing. And Scott just really fell in love with it. And I had salon, so I invested to get the business started. And it was just kind of part of, so I'm a whiskey and scotch and cigar girl. So ask me how we did a coconut rum. How did we get here?
Yeah.
It was just challenging to really get the barreling right. And, you can't release a skinny whiskey. Nobody going to drink a skinny whiskey. Like, what are you doing? And so when we couldn't get that together, and then we thought about tequila, but thank God we didn't, because everybody started doing a tequila, And so it was like, well, maybe we'll try a rum. I was like, well, shit, I don't know nothing about no rum, but okay. If we're going to do it, then let's do a coconut rum. And because he was so passionate about it, we found the largest rum distillery, which is based in Amsterdam in the Netherlands. And so we have over 250 rums just worldwide to choose from. And so we started getting samples and samples and samples in of different blends that we wanted. And so at that time, I was on a really big skinny kick. It didn't really work out for me, but that's fine. And I was like, make sure there's coconut water in there. So every time it came back, it was pink, because coconut water, coconuts oxidize pink. The water turns pink when coconuts are oxidized. So that's where that beautiful pink color came from. And they're like, well, we don't have to keep it pink. I was like, no, it's got to stay pink, because that's authentic. So, that ended up being the thing that's really differentiated us on the shelf. Didn't want it to be super, super sweet because I'm not a super sweet drinker person. I mean, I'm a sweet person, but I really don't want my drink super sweet. It needed to have a good kick to it, but nobody needed to die while they were drinking it. And, that coconut water in there, natural coconuts. And I tell people that we're hydrating while you're getting lit. FDA has not approved that statement, but I stand by that wholly and fully.
Detox and retoxing at the same time.
Listen.
Hey, there's your slogan right there, Murmur. Detox and retox at the same time.
Detox and retox. Listen, I love that. Let me write that down.
Girl, I want some credit for this one. My name better be on that bottle somewhere. 10%.
Okay.
All right, my name's on. Hey, I'll just take my name on the bottle. I want her to do well. I'll take my name on the bottle. Detox and retox, Jeremy.
Do a Jeremy signature series.
A signature series. I got my own rum bottle. I like the way you think. There we go.
Hey, I'm with it. I love that for us. Our slogan is, vacation in a bottle. And I think the thing that kind of sets us apart is our name is literally just rum backwards.
I was just going to ask. I swear I was just going to ask, where'd you come with Murmur? But it's rum backwards.
I didn't even realize it.
Wow. Yeah, it's literally rum backwards. Yeah, so fast forward, we put the product together, then COVID hits. And life happens, and so we get separated and try to figure out our lives, and our product gets stuck on ships like so many other people's did during COVID. But God is so good because he knew the time wasn't right, and so we were actually able to launch in 22. So we're really only 2 years on the market, and in the last 2 years, it's been so amazing. We're in 10 markets already. And growing steady, slow and steady, but it's doing well.
Growing.
We're really grateful.
Shammah, what's your demographic? Where are you looking at? I mean, is it beach bars? Is it high end martini places? I mean, it sounds like you can drink this anywhere. But where are you targeting for your audience?
That's kind of the ticket. We grew here in Texas first. We're Texas based, right? So there aren't any beaches here. But we're in all the high-end restaurants. You can see that the bottles is really, really beautiful. So we cared about the aesthetic. We got into Cowboy Stadium on all 3 levels in Cowboy Stadium. We're in all of the Legends clubs. Yeah. And
I can't wait for my signature bottle at Cowboy Stadium.
Yeah, we're in Cowboy. So we're actually doing an activation at Cowboys Club here. And so I think you would think that it's a female forward brand, which I love. Our ladies love it, but gentlemen love it as well. And our makeup business wise is we're minority owned, but we have veteran ownership as well. We have women ownership as well. And so we're able to kind of hit disabilities as well. So we're able to really kind of hit whatever area is needed. We have representation within our company there. So
that's awesome.
In Florida, the beach is doing well, but also it's kicking ass downtown in Tampa. So it's hard to.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, she's doing her thing. She's on her thing.
What I like about it too is it seems like all the rums, coconut rums, they always base themselves around pirate ships. They do that kind of pirate type thing. This is completely different because Parrot Bay and Malibu, they tend to be more like rum related, rum buckets, rum this. This I could drink in a martini. This I could drink on the beach. Yes. This I could drink at a high end lounge. This I could drink it, in Dodger Stadium in the VIP booth. Like it's something different. Not that you couldn't with the other brands, but they market it more towards the rum buckets. They market it more towards this, which is great. Nothing wrong with their marketing. Great for you. But what I like is I don't think of going to let's use the Cowboy Stadium. I don't think at Cowboy Stadium go getting a rum bucket in the Cowboy Stadium, but I do think of getting a Mur Mur Rum martini or rum, which you can do male or female. So the marketing I think is great. Unable to market both sides, and you're retoxing and detoxing. I'm telling you.
And you retox and detox,
girl. I'm telling you, that's gotta be on just one brand of bottles going out. Retox and detox, Murmur.
And I mean, it's awesome that it's in the Dallas Cowboys Stadium because the fans are gonna need it when the Eagles just whoop them up.
Listen, I'm at peace with that.
Don't worry.
People ask me all the time if I'm a Cowboys fan, and I'm like, I love myself, and you can't do both. You know, you can't love yourself and love the Cowboys. It's a very emotionally abusive relationship. You know what I mean?
Yes, it is.
So I choose me.
Listen, just like Terrell Owens. Remember Terrell Owens? I love me some me.
I choose me. You know, I root for them. I hope that they win, but I am not going to be emotionally scarred again every year. You know, but those are my guys. They're good people.
Is it terrible that when Terrell Owens was doing that, I was in Jersey, so I drove up to see him work out in his driveway when he wouldn't show up to camp.
Because you wanted to love me some me.
I wanted him on the field,
funny,
man. I wanted a Super Bowl.
I printed shirts at the time that said "I love me some me," and I used to wear them. I love that. I love that slogan. I love me some me, and I'm like, me too. We have a lot in common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the next? What's the
And
next?
you know, one of the things that oh, sorry, not to mean to cut you.
No, go ahead.
You're good.
But I think, you know, when you were talking about how coconut rum is kind of emerging, and Malibu's really had that space exclusively for a while. You know, Parrot Bay's coming on, and there's some other brands that are doing really well. But I think the thing that differentiates us is 30% ABV versus a Malibu, which is at 21.6, or a Parrot Bay, which is at 21.6. And we're an actual rum versus a liqueur, you know. And so you'll get that differentiation just in the smoothness. You don't get that syntheticness behind it. So it really elevates every cocktail that you're in. Bartenders are really excited about that, and they're making some exceptional cocktails just because the taste is just smoother, you know. So that's been one of the things that has helped us to infiltrate the market so effectively.
And the cool thing is, we actually have a bartender in the studio with us today.
Oh, don't make me a liar now.
We'll give her a chance to try it, and then, you know, Olivia, you can tell us, you know, what you think the best, you know, drink, like what would be your go-to. Okay. You know, if somebody said, what are you gonna make with this?
Should have her coming and making cocktails for us tonight.
We should have brought a shaker.
A shaker, the whole rum set, and everything.
So how many samples exactly are we doing?
We have a full bottle.
Oh, all right, perfect.
Retox and detox.
Yeah, so be
girl.
great. Be great.
So, Shammah, what's your next couple of years looking like? I mean, what are you hoping and progressing? You're obviously keep moving markets and keep pushing forward. What is your marketing plan for the next, you know, few years to really get it out there even more? Which it sounds like you're on a great track already.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really excited. So we created our parent company, which is Luxury Distilled Beverages. And our goal is to have a premium spirit in each category. So rum is our first entrance into the market. Mur Mur is. And so under Mur Mur, we're going to come out with an espresso rum, hopefully end of year or top of the quarter. I know for all the coffee going coconut
Olivia.
people.
She just like, she got, okay.
She did. She got excited.
Espresso rum, I'm liking it.
Yeah.
Because you really think of
like you were
espresso.
saying,
Espresso, you think
coconut
of,
is a little niche, but the coffee people, you say espresso and they're like,
oh, I know. They're all the rage. Espresso martinis all day.
So we're excited about having that come out end of year and launching really effectively in the top of the year. And I think for us, slow, steady consistency is the ticket, honestly. You know, we're a small company. It's just us. We don't have gargantuous funding just yet, and that's okay. I think there's grace in the small spaces. You can make your mistake without being on the big stage. And when your opportunity comes, we can be ready for it, you know? So one of the big things for me, I'm very passionate about philanthropy. We have an organization called the Overcomer Foundation that we just launched. I'm very excited about that. My partner and I, our oldest son is, because we were married, is overcoming autism. And so I do a lot of advocacy work for accessibility equity. So I think alongside with growing the brand is really creating awareness for how the alcohol industry can make a big impact in accessibility. You know, I was talking to Joe and I was telling him, you know, they want our money for festivals and galas, but it's difficult. They won't allow us to partner to really make change.
Yeah.
And so that was the thing that really pushed me to want to start the foundation. And really show that the alcohol industry doesn't just preach responsibility, but give us the opportunity to have accountability. And we can do something really, really impactful. And there's no accommodation that has ever been made in terms of accessibility that doesn't benefit everyone. You know, there's not a wheelchair ramp that a mother with a stroller doesn't appreciate.
Yeah.
There aren't captions on a screen, you know, that someone sitting in the very back or maybe is in a loud space doesn't appreciate. And so small accommodations, when we start changing our mind from they need it to we need it, because you never know what life has for you. And you never know when you're the person that's going to need some accessibility accommodations. So being intentional in our inclusivity efforts and giving our industry, bartenders, liquor stores, really the opportunity to show that we can do something impactful, and change some lives in a positive way. I'm very, very excited about that. And to be 100% honest, I believe that's why we've been blessed with such a unique product that's doing so well so quickly, because the purpose behind the product is bigger than the product is. And so I'm excited about that.
Yeah, absolutely. When we were talking on the phone, because I have my, my nonprofit that I do every year, and it's at the NSP Songwriters Festival, and we were talking about that, and it's, anything you do in business, you want to make money, but, there's also, the reason I started the 501c3 was not to make money on that. That was to give back. I wanted to give something out. That it started as a scholarship. This year is going to be Music Cares. But, every year just trying to give a little back with an event, I think it means a lot, and it helps out communities. It helps out people. And, it's one of the best things you can do is to go into that and, have a, full heart to where, in life, I want to make money. I want to be successful. I want to be all this, but, I want to help people out. I want to build people up, not take people down. I want to help out people that don't have this or don't have that.
It's really taboo for alcohol to have impact in industries where it's like, well, 60% of children that have Downs may have fetal alcohol syndrome, or, there's a taboo around it. But I always say, if we don't start creating those bridges, then how do we get to a solution, right? If a person is going to drink anyway, if you pick up my bottle and you scan that QR code, the first question they're going to ask is, are you okay? Do you need to get picked up? Are you in a safe space? Do you need some help? Right?
Oh, that's awesome.
Because a drinker is going to drink. So if they're going to drink, at least let me help. Like, we got to start creating these bridges, for change. We're not against one another, at the end of the day. So I'm real excited to see Diageo partner with Mothers Against Drunk Driving. And I think that alcohol brands have to move from responsibility again to accountability. Right. And that's the way I think that we can do that. And kind of cause other industries to do the same, and if we are given that chance, I don't see why we won't be extremely successful and be positive impacts in a lot of lives.
Absolutely. And going in here, well, I lost my train of thought. Good thing we can edit these.
Love that.
But what I want to do, Olivia's here. Jeremy
am.
looks thirsty over there.
We're gonna
I
try
think
some.
if you have some at your house,
You know it.
I love it.
Detox.
Let's go. I'm taking shots for real. Y'all playing games with little glasses. Nah, boy.
So in the last week's episode, Jeremy was drinking straight out the bottle.
I'm drinking right out the bottle.
Ready?
I'm ready. All right, let's try. All right, Olivia, get your shot glass.
But yeah, so I love the fact that it's pink. I wanted to throw my pink shirt on today.
It's very cute.
You look good.
I was like, all right, I'm rocking the pink shirt. I found the brightest, pinkest shirt I could find in my closet. I was like, I'm rocking it today.
I see you in Mermation.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It smells good, right?
It can smell. As soon as you take the lid off, you can start smelling the coconut. And...
Oh my God.
I know. Let's try.
You didn't see it, but Olivia has a giant smile on her face right now.
That is
really
good. This is really good.
You like it?
And I'm a tequila drinker.
Oh, you're so pretty.
I would drink this.
I'm glad.
No, that was really, really good. I can see it in
Yeah.
cocktails. I can see it by itself. I can see it in a martini. I can even see it in a rum bucket.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it could be all over the board, which is nice. Which I think is great.
Yeah.
I love that it's not a liqueur, though. Like the Malibu, it just reminds
So
me of like
syrupy.
high school.
So syrupy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is smooth. It's good, and it's pink.
Thank you.
And it's pink.
I love pink, man.
And it's pink.
I noticed. Look at that shirt. Dude. I saw you.
That's
I saw
the
you
thing,
get out of your
right?
car.
It's like, oh, pink is for girls. Nah, the guys love pink.
I will rock pink all day long. So now, Olivia, what would you make with that? What would be your go-to? Somebody's like, I have the Mur Mur coconut rum. What are you going to mix it with?
Probably a rum runner.
Ah, there you go.
See, I'm thinking of I'm thinking of martini. Depends on guy or girl. But I'm thinking of martini.
right.
Yeah.
Bit of pineapple juice.
A little splash.
A little splash of cranberry.
Pineapple
or something. You're giving
juice.
that little bit of, because you're cutting a little of the sweetness.
Yeah.
And you're
Or
giving
do
it
like a murmur sunrise.
Murmur sunrise.
That's cute.
Retox
Yeah.
and detox.
Yeah.
I'm liking this. This is good.
I'll tell you, that retox to detox, it's sticking.
It is.
I mean, okay, my God, I got it.
It's like, what was
Jeez,
that?
send me the invoice. Send me the invoice.
The Tom Brady roast. What was Kevin Hart saying? Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. He just said it multiple times, the whole time.
But no, it's really good, and I really think that it's something that is going to grow in the market and stuff. And you guys carry it.
Thank you.
I really think that it's again something different in the coconut rum world that's going to keep growing.
It is.
Thank you.
Really impressive. Really
Yeah.
good.
You can't hear it. The people are cheering.
Yes, they're cheering left and right. All right. Well, Shammah, thank you for calling in. We really appreciate you calling in, and we're definitely going to continue talking a little bit more about this in the next couple episodes, and we'll bring you back on in a couple weeks. I want to hear the progress and how things are going.
Oh, I'd love to. And if there's anything I need, you guys ever need bottles, I got you.
Awesome.
I'm really, really, really excited to be a part of the show. Thank you for
Yeah,
considering
thank you
us
so
and
much for coming on.
bringing us on. Okay.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Y'all have the best day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Dude, this shit is fire.
I think you're calling.
I think you called her back.
Oh, nice. Oh, you can lose these.
Oh, that was great. That was good. And I'm really liking these tastings that we get to do in the middle here.
Right?
Go to work, get to taste a little whiskey, taste a little rum, taste a little vodka. We can taste a little everything. This is great. So let's go. You want another shot?
Olivia's blown away by this.
Another shot? Take the bottle. I was drinking out of the last bottle. Last week I was drinking out of the other bottle. So let's go into our guest here in studio. We have Olivia, who bartends for
You don't need the headphones.
for you and me.
I want to look official.
You want to look official? Let's try to look official.
All right.
So Olivia, you've been bartending for how long? Years, months, weeks?
I want to say like 10 years now.
10 years. You lied to,
Probably
get
11
your,
years.
lied to get in your first bartending job and been bartending ever since?
Yeah.
That's how most of us
That's
do it.
usually how it works.
No.
I told you, I read Bartending for Dummies. That's how I learned to bartend.
I actually started as a host, and then I worked my way to bartending.
At a pizza place. Did you tell me it was at a pizza
No,
joint?
it was a tapas restaurant.
A topless restaurant.
No, tapas.
Oh, a tapless.
Sorry.
Tapas. I'm sorry.
Tapas.
I thought you said a topless restaurant.
Sorry, murmur's getting me
Murmur's-
murmuring, you know.
I get you. So a tapas. So then you got into bartending. What's your favorite part of bartending? Is it the customers? Is it the to make the drinks? Is it the late night shifts? The early morning get up and cleaning the bar? What's your favorite part of bartending?
Favorite part? I want to say networking and meeting people. You meet all types of people, rich, poor, just
Karens, Dubs, you meet them all.
You really do meet it all, and it's never a dull moment.
Yeah.
Never. Every customer is different.
Never a dull moment. Yeah.
Every customer is different.
Never know what to expect when you go in.
What's changed in the industry from 10 years ago? When you first started, you said you've been in business for about 10 years. So when you were in it, starting in 2014, 2015, and to 2014 now, what's changed in the last 10 years?
Well, first off, I went to a bartending school when I was 18. From there, then I got my first job. Of course, I was working as a host and everything. I want to say like the craft cocktail that has kind of like, it was up and coming, and I think it's changed like a lot how things are done behind the bar. Everyone wants like fresher ingredients, like even like liquors are resorting to having fresher and better ingredients that they use for their alcohols.
Not sour out of a box and a little bit of vodka in there.
Right.
They're actually going to fresh squeezed lemons,
Yep.
or they're going to more simple sugars with different simple syrups with different flavors in them.
Infusions
Infusions,
and stuff,
yes.
yeah.
So I have a question for you.
Me.
I do because Olivia, you said you went to bartending school.
Yeah.
When I bring someone in for an interview, say I'm hiring a bartender, if the first thing they say to me is, "Oh, I went to bartending school," it's kind of I'm kind of done at that point.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you
Why?
this: why?
So they'll teach you how to make drinks. They'll teach you, certain stuff like that, but they don't teach you how to work in a bar. They don't teach you
on the job training.
Yeah, they don't teach you how to move, how to work with your partner, how to,
They teach
get
you how to
that
drive
groove.
a car, but they don't teach you how to watch out for an accident.
That's something
Yeah.
you just gotta learn as you
But
go.
or
though.
you have new things.
That just comes with experience.
It does come with experience,
Yeah.
but I mean, doing it like if I was going to put on a bartending school, I'd want to be an active bar, like almost like a hospital is a training hospital. Like it would be a training bar. You'd have actual guests come in, but they know, hey, these people are learning. So you're going in there and maybe you're given these drinks at like discounted rates because you're getting your money from the schooling, but you're an
Barbershops.
actual bar.
You go in and get your hair cut for $5
Yeah.
and they're trying out,
Yeah.
which is why I've told you before we started Stir Hospitality.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to do the shameless plug on here, but
Do it.
Stir Hospitality is a bartending class. I didn't want to call it a school.
Yeah.
It's classes that we show you how to, real live training, having guests come in ordering drinks. Yes, we teach you the fundamentals. We also we have real life guests come in and buying drinks and showing you how to move during that time, what to look for when you're out of something, what the next thing to do is, so that you're ready for the next segment. Because I think a lot of the bartending schools, like you said, train you step 1, step 2, step 3, step 1, step 2, 3, over and over again. We want to show you 1, 2, and 3, and then get right into what the actual training is.
I just remembered. I think I remember the exact moment that the bartending school thing got me. Like to where I was just like, eh. Mm-hmm. I'd hired a bartender on. We're probably going back, 12, 13 years ago. And we had a Mai Tai. So many Mai Tais are different. Wherever you go, they're made differently. Mm-hmm. And he looked at me and goes, "That's not a Mai Tai." I'm like, all right, day one, asshole. Guess what? It's our Mai Tai.
my usually thing whenever I'm doing whenever I'm interviewing a bartender, I always ask them like 5 drinks. And they're never hard. I never give them like, what's in a rusty nail? Bro, rusty nail is from 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Rum.
Right. I asked somebody what was in a mojito. Right? It's your basic. And she told me, no, I'm not lying. She told me vodka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe, I'm being dead serious. She literally was like, I'm like, what's in a mojito? Just the basic ingredients. I don't care if you just tell me rum, tell me, just tell me. She literally goes, vodka, sour. And I'm like, okay, you're not getting the job. Like, bartending school or not?
So I had a bartender working for me, and if he's watching, you know who you are.
Oh, jeez.
For probably close to a year until I realized it, he was making a mojito with vodka. And no one ever said a word.
Oh my god.
Ever.
Did you let him go?
No, I just told him what was the
fire
correct.
him. Like, nobody.
I was like, wait, no one is complaining you've been doing it this way
Nobody's
for a
ever
year.
complained. So he's ordering mojitos, and I got a story about mojitos.
Oh Jesus.
So mojitos. So people are ordering mojitos. Your whole establishment is making with rum. This one guy makes it
One
with vodka,
guy.
and nobody complained.
No one said a word.
Not one person sent it back.
Then it took me walking by, and I saw him, with the men. I'm like, what are you making? He goes, a mojito. I'm like, did the ticket say vodka? No, it just said mojito. I'm like, oh, bud. Come here for a second.
You hate to see it.
The mojito can be difficult.
Oh man.
But no, he's a phenomenal bartender. Great person.
Does he still work for you?
No comment.
Oh.
He still works for you. Awesome. I can't wait.
He does.
I can't wait to the next time to go to the Fluffy Elephant and see him out there, and see and be like, "Can I get a mojito with vodka?" Listen, I'm telling you,
You got to mess with him.
every guy bartender at the Fluffy Elephant, I am going to ask for a mojito with vodka and see who smiles and goes, "Damn it!" And I'm going to know exactly who it is.
No. I think Olivia probably has a good idea who it is.
Yeah, because you work at the Fluffy Elephant.
I do work at the Fluffy Elephant.
And you work for my Fluffy Elephant.
Whoa.
That sounds a little awkward, but it didn't mean to be that awkward. So, again, what biggest thing has changed in bartending?
Just the whole overall experience.
The cocktails and or
ingredients and stuff like that.
Do you like it now it's changed? Because it used to be rum, Coke, vodka, cranberry.
Well, let's be honest here. We all know what it feels like after, a night at the bar where you're just drinking not too good, stuff. So it definitely makes you feel better the next day once you have better. Now,
do you see people going more towards Wells and Calls, or do you see them more go towards premium top shelf? Are they going towards more signature drinks for $13, $16, or you get a lot of the what do you got on special?
Definitely everyone loves a special. Everyone loves happy hour. I want to say, though, people do love their brands, like Tito's. Immediately whenever someone orders like a vodka soda, I always ask Tito's. Like Tito's.
You ask or you tell them?
I ask, like, do you want Tito's, Kettle, Grey Goose, whatever's behind the bar.
You ask or you tell them? Tito's, right?
Well,
Somewhat Tipsy wants to send you to the Coke Zero 400. Somewhat Tipsy, the hottest new hospitality podcast. One lucky person will win 2 tickets to the Coke Zero 400. Tune in, like, subscribe, ring that notification bell to be eligible to win. What are you waiting for? Go to somewhattipsy.com right now.
Come on, Karen.
Come on, Karen. All right, guys, it's time for the Come On, Karen. We love you. This is my favorite part. I don't know if you've been in on these episodes, Olivia, but this is where we talk about all the Karen.
So this was sent to us, came in our Facebook Messenger. It's from 2 months ago.
Okay.
9 of us went here tonight. They took 2 of our $30 plates while we were still eating them. When we got upset, they kicked us out, saying we were too intoxicated, which was ridiculous. Our tab was $600 and we couldn't even finish eating. Naturally, we were upset, but they kicked us out for being angry. They treat you terrible and don't expect you to react. 10 out of 10 do not recommend. Horrible service and horrible manager. So,
hang on, I want to do some math real quick.
Well,
$60 subtracted by 600. Let's see how much
10.
that is, because that's got to be like
10. It's 10.
What?
10.
10. Wait, what?
$60.
600 divided by.
600 divided by 60 is what you're trying to do.
There were 10 people there.
Oh.
If it was $60, yeah.
Yeah, but they ordered 2 $30 plates, which was not alcohol, so.
No, but so here's the
So
thing.
that's $540 worth of alcohol.
That's
Not necessarily.
Yeah. Well,
some other people
if
could,
they
right?
only ordered. But here's the thing.
Everybody had a $30 plate, it would have been $450. So that means they drank about $150, $200 in alcohol between 9 of them.
Yeah. So if
I see what you're saying.
If you're asked to leave an establishment, because you were too intoxicated, you had to have done something. You've had to have been a dick or pissed off. You had to. It's not like they came up like, oh, no, we're taking this. We don't like you. No, and there had to be some kind of inappropriate
We've all had
behavior.
those groups of 9, 10 people. You get these parties talking, these parties talking. The guys are doing shots. The girls are talking about shopping, hair, and nails. And it turns into a little cluster, and the guys start throwing something across the table. It's probably your normal 9 people out to dinner, everybody talking and being disruptive.
It could be. See, that's the thing about these reviews. We don't know because you never hear the other side of it.
See, I think in every review should be able to be both sides.
Yeah.
There's always 3 sides to every story. His side, her side, and the truth.
So I looked, and they didn't even respond. The restaurant in question didn't even respond to it. It's one of those, man, when alcohol's involved, it can get a little,
It can get a little hairy.
It can.
Yeah.
There's a lot of questions like, were they being inappropriate to the bartender server? Were they cursing around children? You know, where they, you know,
throwing stuff, where they throwing food, where they.
But for I would never just go up to a table right off the bat, even if you like say you came up to me and were like, hey, they're being assholes. I'm not gonna be like, you're done. I'm gonna talk to them first. I'm gonna be like, hey guys, you know, chill out a little bit. Like, you know,
it takes a lot to get to that point.
It does. So
just engage in that. So to be kicked out, you have to be doing something.
Yeah. Yeah, and
9 of them being kicked out too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you're kicking out a whole group of people, that is, if they have a $600 tab, like, you really got to piss me off or piss somebody off.
$600 for 9 people isn't terrible.
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
I'll take that tab. That's a decent tab for the night. And 9 people leaving, having a good time. That was, you know.
Yeah. And usually it's easy when, you know, people get a little out of hand. You know, usually the drunk person that's out of hand isn't one that listens, but usually there's a babysitter in the group that you're like, hey.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, I got him. I got her.
Yeah.
You know, but
not in this group.
No, and that's the thing. You get a 1-star review because a place says you're too intoxicated and you must leave. That's on them, not the restaurant.
See, I'm telling you, owner@yourbar.com is where you need to go. We talked about that on last week's episode, and we said that instead of everybody goes off Google reviews, every manager, owner wants to you got to get our Google reviews up. Yeah. When did Google deciding when my restaurant's good or bad because of one person who may be right or may be wrong put something on there, and now my rating goes down because a Karen put something on there. Right. So I was telling him that last episode we kept getting the reviews and stuff, so we put on there. Forget Google, email our owner directly, owner@thebar.com, which was the bar. We got hundreds of emails. It wasn't even the owner. It was an email address we set up under the owner's thing.
Wow.
Yeah, genius idea.
And we would write back, we're so sorry, here's a $5 coupon. We sent everybody back like $5 coupons. Didn't care. It's a marketing plan.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't care if you bet you complain. What does it matter to me? Because it's just going to me or going to the owner.
Yeah.
So I didn't matter where it went. I sent you back a $5 coupon. Come and get a free drink on me. What cares? Got you back in there for a drink. On a bad.
That's the thing. Does it really matter who it goes to if you're making it right? You're making them
but
happy.
when did
You're
Google
inviting
be
them
the
back.
end all be all? Google reviews be the end all be all of where I go, where I shop. Like I'm sorry, but Google's taking over.
I mean, at least the last decade.
They're deciding whether my restaurant's not good because 8 people had a bad experience, and it might not have been my fault. It might, you know, as an owner, it might have been my fault. Maybe I had a bad chef in there. Maybe something happened. Maybe I got bad food. Maybe it was stored improperly, which never should be any of that.
Yeah.
But now you're going to make me hurt my business because it's something else instead of talking to me directly.
Yeah.
You know, and I just don't understand why Google decides restaurants now, and I don't think that's a right they should have. Or anybody should, you know, be able to go in there and just write any review and it's not checked.
Yeah.
If you're going to write something, I know we can report, you know, Google reviews and stuff like that, but they hardly come down.
No.
Unless they're cursing in there and using
Has to be
profanity
harassment.
or
Or mention
racism or
someone's
something like that.
name.
Yeah.
You know, says by name that this, you know, they start calling names, then you get taken down. Otherwise, it's never taken down.
No.
And it could be their fault this happened, or like this one right there. The lady got kicked out for being too intoxicated.
Yeah.
And then she gives them 1 star. Someone else sees that and goes, oh, we don't want to go there.
I mean, just don't be an asshole.
A drunk one at that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've ever been kicked out of a bar. I don't think I have.
I doubt that.
I mean, I'm not saying I haven't. I
you
can't
don't
remember a time.
You don't remember being kicked out of a bar.
Yeah. Because I had this weird thing, man, when I would, you know, drink that, you know, where I'm getting hammered. My body would like tell me like, hey, you got about 20 minutes. You can't be around people anymore. And I would walk home, like stage left. I wouldn't say bye to anybody. Like there was.
You call it the shady bouts?
Yeah.
You would do the shady bouts?
All the time. I would never say bye to
Drinking
anybody.
a shot with your friend, all of a sudden you're out the back door done.
Dude, I remember one time I was on Flagler Ave in New Smyrna, out with some buddies, having a good time. I hit that point and I was like, shit. Dude, I was in a condo. I was living in a condo in the beach. I literally ran down to the beach and ran 2.4 miles to my condo to get to bed.
Ran.
You not ran. Walk. I ran.
You ran 2.6 miles.
I can't run that sober, but drunk. Whoa.
You were
Gone.
home. You were home in 8 minutes.
Felt like 20 seconds.
Oh my God.
Your friends are calling you like, I'm in bed.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I was
He
done.
doesn't even answer. He's already
No,
in bed.
I did. I was already in bed.
He's already in bed. He's sleeping.
Well, yeah, I used to do that all the time.
I just can't believe you've never been kicked out of a bar.
Not that I can
remember.
Yeah.
I've been
look.
I've been escorted out.
I've been kicked out of plenty of bars. Plenty of bars in my life. Not in a terrible way.
Yeah. I was always, like, oh, hey, let's have a great time. Let's have fun.
You're the fun guy.
Yeah, for the most part.
The drunker you get, the more fun you become.
I think there's only
Until you're doing the worm down the middle of the restaurant or something. Then we're all having issues.
I mean, I think I've only hit like 2 people at a bar in my entire life.
That's good.
Yeah. I think so.
Of all the bars, 2
Wow.
out of
2.
2 out of the 4 million. That's a good number.
And one was because I was at a urinal and a guy peed on me accidentally and I hit him.
Holy shit.
I felt like it was warranted. I got out of there. I went up to my buddy. He was on the dance floor. Like, we got to go now so we don't go to jail. Okay. All right. Well.
Show number 3 is wrapped up.
Show number
This was
3
an
is in
interesting
the
show.
books. I had fun on this
I had
one.
fun. This was good. Olivia, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Bartender
Yeah.
at both the establishments that we work
Yeah.
at. So.
There's nothing like having both your bosses plan your day off for you.
Oh, yeah.
Quick thing. So I told Olivia she was going to be on the show. I called Joe. Joe called me. I was like, yeah, she's off. She's good. All right, I got her too. So you didn't have a choice whether you were working tonight or
I
not.
wasn't even a part of the
You
conversation.
didn't even get to request.
Oh, no, you were just off that.
You
Yeah.
didn't even get to request off. We're
I'm like,
you're
I
off.
want to have. I was like, let me feel like I have some type of control. So I put in a request.
Yes, she did put a request
I
in.
did.
But
I was
didn't
like,
you do per ballpark of Jeremy?
I did, yeah.
She did.
I did, yeah. So, and I did it with a little emoji.
Well,
All right. Well, yeah. Remember, everybody, it shows out every Friday at noon. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Thanks, y'all. We'll see you next week.
Cheers.
That was fun.
You guys would do fine without having a bullet point of what to.